through my veins. On the pitch where the glory remains, the cockerel stands brave on the crest. North London pride, this ain't no jest. From lane to the new shining ground, echo chants where the legends are found. Heroes carved in the heart of time, we march on through grit and grime. Oh Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. Oh Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. Echoes of King and Greaves in the air. Every goal, the sound declares. Heartbeats pound like a drummer's song, marching forward fierce and strong. We're the ones who rise in the clash, numbers running in a white shirt dash. History burns in the roaring crowd, every game we scream it loud. I'm Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire.
Good evening and welcome back. Even the dog's saying welcome back. Welcome back to the fans' perspective. And it's absolute chaos in football today. It is. Tottenham have decided that one club record transfer fee wasn't enough, so they've gone and smashed it twice. Yes, Tottenham have lost the credit card and has officially entered the transfer market at full speed. Somebody check if the calculator of Spurs HQ is still working. Meanwhile, over in America, England tried their very best to give Josh, Stace, and Jess a heart attack against DR Congo. Before Harry, remember him? Harry Kane dragged the three lines into the round 16 with a late comeback. England are through to face Mexico, but the only making sure every fan aged about 10 years in 90 minutes. And I apologise about the snoring in the background. So tonight we've got Spurs breaking news, snoring in the background, Stacey's dog barking, and everything else happening in the mad world of football. But good evening, welcome to the fans' perspective. Joining me, of course, is my usual cohort. Nick will be back next week, but firstly, is a man needs no introduction. He is from Manchester, of course. He's sitting there bewildered that Daniel Levy has bought Man United and gone in there like a stealth ninja from a Bruce Lee film. It is Josh. How are you this evening, Josh? How are you, mate?
I'm good, thank you.
See, he liked that. He liked that so much he's going to use that. Well, down below me, this lady needs no introduction, from Leeds. Of course she is. She's from Yorkshire, where people are lovely up there. They're kind, they're caring, they're lovely. And then there's Leeds United, who are hard as nails and want to get the job done at every given moment. Of course, she is one of the nicest Leeds fans you ever likely to meet. It is Stacey. Stacey, how are you this evening?
What an introduction. I'm good, thank you.
Yeah. And last but not least, what can I say what has not been said about this person before? She has the biggest football collection, as big as the lady in the Philippines that had her shoes back in the day. I forget her name. But she is the queen of Anfield, as a lot of people is. She is the queen of JSY Talks Football. She is the one that gets us all going when it comes to shows. She is the nicest person on YouTube. It is Jess. Jess, how are you this evening?
I'm good, thank you, Dan. You all good?
See, I mean comparing you to a president of the Philippines back in the day. What was her name? That had all the shoes.
I don't know, though, Dan, or would it a bit of both?
There's two current world holders for the Guinness Book of World for most shoes.
I don't know, I might get
Why
that.
the
Like
Paul
MVP.
Michelle Geller, he has a shoeseum. His current collection consists of 2,388 pairs of brand new vintage and ultra rare Nikes. And there's a lady called Darlene Flynn, also USA, who's got 14,684 items of shoes.
Why?
Including
that many?
shoe-shaped furniture.
Why do you need that many?
You're never going to wear them, are you?
No.
That's what I mean. At most, you're going to
Well,
wear
it must
one
be a
or
shoe
five.
for every.
At most,
It
you
must be a shoe for every outfit. Dude, good evening. Welcome to the Shoe Podcast, where we're talking nothing about shoes. Good evening. Yes. I want to bring up this for big up to our fan. He says, greeting from a fan, so Olay, Spain. So he must be in Spain. Ed, let us know how it goes. Look, we're very sorry about Germany. I know you've gone out, but please tell me, have you sacked Nagelsmann yet? Have you sacked him? Because I've got a bit of news on him coming. Big up to him, man. Hope you're doing well. There's the link for Jess's channel. Hit that link. I want that channel 100,000 by the end of the season. If not, me and Josh will come look at all of you.
That's a high target, Jess. No pressure on us.
Just keep being you. Me and Josh would do all the work.
Tell you what, though, Jess. If England do bring the World Cup home, how much would it be you get that target when that? My bet comes through. Watch that freaking hit the target.
Can I broadcast that on my channel as well? Then? Okay.
Why not?
Let's welcome a few people in. Big up to Giant68. Big up Derma and Panel and chat. Coys, we're living in a parallel universe. This window is so in. I know we are going to talk about it. Chris Cowland, he says, report and have available another 250 million to spend. I'm not sure on that. I will ask the question and I will get back to you, Giant. Big up to Rodney Martin. I thought it was going to be Rodney Marsh, but big up Rodney Martin. Hope you do well, buddy. Big up to Daz as well. Big up Dermo Panel. Hope all is well today. Yes, sorry, had a few tech issues. The truth was we were trying to plug Josh into his Man United chair and it wasn't having any of it. Apparently, Daniel Levy's changed all the passwords at Old Trafford, so we've been busy trying to. Josh was trying to break in to United's computers and rewrite the passwords. How did that go on, Josh? Did you do it? Did you kick him out of Old Trafford?
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, silence. That means he's done. Right, big up to Drew as well. Evening, guys. Evening to you, Drew. Big up to Wayne Bonner. Good evening, folks. Hope everyone is well. Enjoying Tottenham's transfer business. I know. It is quite funny. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. Please, we are Tottenham, Super Tottenham from the lane. Yes, we are Super Tottenham from the lane. No problem, Dermot. Everything okay, mate. See you after the World Cup. Bye. Wow. Big up. Enjoy yourself at the fan show, by the way. Fan show. Big up the Pagey as well. Big up the Pagey. Make sure. Thank you so much. Well, what's the transport? Right. Yeah, we'll be getting on about the donkey later. That is a new segment in the podcast. It's called Donkey's Corner, where we will be talking about the donkey's journey. I was going to call it Bullshit Corner, but somebody else has taken that name, so I had to come up with a new one. So I'm calling it Donkey's Corner. Big up to you, Colin, as well, my Welsh cousin. How are you doing? Well, my Celtic cousin. Hi, Domo. There are so many Welsh playing for Leeds now. It will soon be Taff United. Big up to you. Seriously, Mrs. Trump, can you not snore quiet?
I can't even hear her.
I can't even either.
I can.
Well, you're in the same freaking house. You're supposed to.
Oh, dear. Even the Wicked Witch of the Wizard, even the Wicked Witch and Wizard of the Oz didn't have a as big as meltdown as other. Oh, I tell you one thing, I am going to talk about Goldbridge. I hope we can all have a good bit of fun with that because I've
No,
never seen anything.
I will politely decline ever even speaking about that guy.
He's a Nottingham Forest fan anyway.
I'm accepting myself on that talk.
Big up Mr. Brady says, I can understand other teams' fans' bemusement at recent events of Spurs. After 25 years of transfer mediocrity under Levy, we're now making up for lost opportunities. Yeah. And Colin said, ask how good is... Oh, yeah, there you go. There's a question for you two down below. Ampadu, how good is he?
You
Oh,
just give him a new deal. That tells you how
just
good he
giving
is.
you deals how
doesn't
good he is. When he
Quality.
first came to Leeds, though, a lot of people took the piss because what is it? He'd been in 3 teams that have been relegated.
Yeah.
So they all assumed that Leeds were going to get relegated. But yeah, here he is, still like Capitan for another few years. That's one deal I wanted. That's one deal I wanted Leeds United to make sure was done. Was make sure Ampadu stayed. They did exactly that.
See, there you go, Colin. There you go. Best player at Leeds. And then this one's for you, Josh. From Philip. Forest sack another manager. Have you ever known a club like it, Josh? Seriously.
Mad. Marinakis is a madman. They have 4 managers last season. I bet they're going to go through 5 next season.
So are they the new Watford of the Premier League?
Yes.
There you go.
Yes. Watford had like 4 last season.
Yeah, they did.
Sorry,
Yeah, go on, Stace, go on.
I think how many managers did we have in one season? In the last season in Premier League last time, Jess?
Huh?
How many managers did we have in the last season in the Premier League the last time?
3.
The whole teams.
3. Jesse Marsh. Then he come in, didn't he? Then we ended up with Sam Allardyce right at the end.
At the end.
And he says,
Still
wait
not on
till Harry...
Marinakis' car. Wow.
Yeah,
but did you see what he did to Ndermo as well? They had a clause in the contract, right? And he issued it 2 minutes before the midnight deadline.
I saw that.
That's
I
crazy.
saw that in TalkSport just an hour ago.
Yeah, fill me in, please.
So when they've had the contracts done, they had a contract clause, that manager, which said, it was like a break clause sort of thing. So Marinakis said because he didn't get him to Europa League final, that's why he sacked him. No, but he kept you up. And he kept you up. You said when you come into Forest, the priority was to keep you in the Premier League, which he did.
Wow.
And then you don't do that. I can't lie. I'm not salty at all. I hope they get relegated this season. I'm sorry.
I can't.
He's a madman, that guy.
Sorry for swearing, Derma, but yeah, dick move. That's a dick move from him.
Do you know what? I don't think you're the only fan base that wants Nottingham Forest relegated. I think
I just
some
think
Tottenham fans want that as well, to be fair. We got Colin saying, wait till Harry Wilson gets going. I'm excited to see what Harry Wilson could do.
Well, me and Jess have watched Wales play. So guaranteed 9 out of 10 Wales have played, we've watched it. There's always been our 4. I'm not saying, I'm waiting for the Wilson thing to be officially announced before I say 5. Our 4 boys that are in Leeds United that are Welsh are always in that Wales team.
Yeah, but Harry Wilson at Liverpool as well, so I've followed him a long time. And he had a stellar season at Fulham last season. And we went in for him last season and I've had to pay for him. This season, we've got him for nothing, so fair play to Leeds. When it actually gets confirmed.
Yeah, thank you for when it actually gets confirmed.
There we go. Drew said, call it Ass's Corner. That's not a bad name for it, actually. That's a good one. I like that.
Frankenstein's Corner, Drooler. Frankenstein.
Oh.
If nobody knows, Jess, do you want to give some context to our listeners on the podcast that can't see us? Do you want to give them a bit of context to what that means?
No, Derm, I'll let you fill them in.
Nah, you do it. You said it. You do it.
Right. Just to give people a bit of context, right? I was on the show the other night with these lovely people doing a watch along, and I got a bit giddy. And I went on to my favourite subject about what happened to the wee donkey. Yeah, I agree. whatever he said. And I got onto a subject about what happened to the wee donkey in Bethlehem. Now, it's one of my funny subjects I like to get onto now and again. It drives Josh mad because Josh just goes down in his chair. I mean, you don't see him. He's like the Titanic. See, there he goes again. He's hit an iceberg and he's going. And I can't pronounce words properly. So I, instead of calling it what it should have called, I called it Frankenstein at one point. And then trying to redeem myself, I said Frankenstein, whatever I said anyway. So yeah, so that's where that come from. To all your listeners in podcast world who can't see us. If you can't see us, Jess is wearing the Santa Claus outfit. Stacey's wearing she's practicing for the belly dancing if England win the World Cup. Josh is in his big tree house singing I Am the New Man United Owner, and I'm in the Tottenham studio, so we're all happy. Big up to everyone. Donkey's Corner, Domo. You're talking about Tony Adams again. Yeah, I am. He always does it for Arsenal. And it wasn't me that said that. That came from Jonathan Pierce back in the day. Big up to Colin. Outside relegation bet. Palace agree. Madiarcus is not fit to run a football club. Philip totally agree. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Gladstone has gone to Forest. He's already in. And I'm already taking bets he won't last to 10th game of the Premier League before he's sacked. The donkey probably went. The donkey probably went on the barbecue. Yeah, man. What happened to Joseph then? That's the next subject. Frankenstein was. Yeah, it probably was actually. It probably was. Drulers fell off a chair, laughing, pointing at the TV, and all the family look. What's wrong with you, ma'am? Why are you laughing? She just keeps pointing. They say, right. Okay, we need to turn that off now. Ma'am's lost it. Donkeys. Holy Jesus. Oh, yeah. Big up, Drula. Nearly. The pubs are open till 5 a.m. Monday morning. Yeah. Is that the case in England now?
Yes, Starmer's, I think Starmer's implemented.
I hope they win.
1 o'clock in the morning. I mean, come on, guys. I mean, I'll be doing it anyway, but it's just.
Yeah, we'll be doing it, but.
It's just
imagine basically, I don't see it actually working.
You know, it's very difficult to me Monday. You know, I've again to kind of like England a little bit of the last games, but you know, there's still that bit. There's still that little bit in me.
Half asleep.
Let's see, Birdfield, the Forest.
By the time I see England.
Oh, now that might be a good shout, but I don't think we do, Colin. But I will ask the question. Big up to Rodney, please, people who are going to win league next 2 seasons. That's a good question, and we'll get on to that. Philip says Birdfield is staying. If he doesn't, Philip's going to time to build Nick's Gates and marshal them there for the next 2 years of his contract. Big up, Philip. Hope you're doing well. Mexico have had 2 losses in 89 games at the Azteca.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the last time you guys did play at the Azteca, 40 years ago, a little Argentinian, Papa Smurf, the leader of the Smurf family, scored 1 goal, which is debatable, to be fair. And then he scored another goal, which is probably the greatest goal in the world. So let's start on that. Let's start on the Harry Kane's World Cup so far. What is your guys' sort of thoughts on that on Monday? How is it more of a Tuchel problem, or is it an England player problem? And I'll start with you, Josh, and I'll work my way around.
I think there's a bit of both to here. Tuchel's awful tactically in terms of the lineups he's been picking. There's always something wrong with it. There's no perfect lineup. He makes subs too late. Sometimes he brings on the wrong person, brings off the wrong personnel, and brings on the wrong personnel. But still, on the other hand, it's players, because the players are not showing up. Certain players are not showing up. They show up one game and they don't show up another game, or just have 3 bad games. So that's for me, it's a bit of both.
I mean, Jess, look, you look at it, right? You've watched a lot more of England than I have over the last 2 years. What is it with Tuchel that really frustrates you as a fan?
I don't think he knows his best 11, if I'm honest.
Mm.
I think sometimes he puts square pegs in round holes regarding players and positions. I think he makes his substitutions far too late, in my opinion. And I was never really set on him being England manager when he first got appointed. I don't see any change in the style of football to what we played under Gareth Southgate, Dermo, in my opinion. It's boring, negative football, and it's not something you want to watch. It's not something you get excited about. It leads a lot of frustration. And let's be honest, Dermo, if it weren't for Harry Kane, we wouldn't even have gone through.
No.
Facts.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's true.
He's our saviour at the moment.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I said it. I said it myself, and I was doing my show, and I think I said to you guys as well. England looked disjointed on Monday. The other day, they didn't look like a team that was connected, and I think that's the problem. You got big egos, haven't you, Stacey, in that team? You got big egos, you got big name players, and they're all clashing. If you look at teams you look at Brazil, or you look at other big teams, they have big name managers that can manage these egos, like an Ancelotti at Brazil, who can manage the ego of Neymar and that resilience and bring everyone together. Do you think, do you see as I see it, that Tuchel has not brought that England team together? There seems to be big divides all over the place.
I think it's a bit of both. Both Tuchel and the boys are to blame. I've questioned some of his choices who was picked to come in the team. I believe some of the places picked there was better options. And I have been very vocal about that.
Yeah.
So I turned and said his pick of the team is either going to be a massive embarrassment or it's going to be the best thing we've ever done. And so far, for me, it's an embarrassment. Past two games, it's great to win when we should have been scraping. We should have been, not saying we should have thrashed them, because I never predict a thrashing.
Yeah.
But we should have done a lot better than we have been doing. Last minute, just coming in the second half, then scoring, and then leaving England fans like, we're coming home. And then obviously Kane comes in with two the saviour that he is, and scores two goals. But we should be relying just on Kane to save our asses.
No, you shouldn't. I agree. I mean, just you look at Harry Kane in itself. He had a few chances in the first half, didn't take them, right? Then he somehow bullet header, and that second goal was brilliant. Did it change with Gordon coming on, Jess? In your view, was that the changing point for you when he brought Gordon on? Because he did get 2 assists, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
But he hasn't lit up the World Cup either, by the way, has he?
No, but Rashford won't do enough either, don't worry.
Oh,
No.
Some of the players have done enough all.
Don't get me started on it. Don't.
See what Collins put.
Yeah.
What's the about Foden?
We don't know about Palmer either.
He's right back for his deliveries, I can't lie. Say what
I
you
don't know
want.
about
But
Palmer.
when wingers aren't providing, Harry went, how can he... Do you know what I mean? The wingers as well need to take some sort of thingy with it.
I said Gibbs White. Gibbs White would have been a good shot.
Yeah.
Hall as well.
Shot.
Hall as well.
It's like,
We haven't
for
got
me,
any of our left back.
Stones.
We haven't got
Why Stones?
O'Reilly.
Prime example.
I think I joined you for the squad, didn't I, Jess? I joined you for a show after the squad was announced.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we went through it, didn't we? And even you said it then, the pair of you said it, this is not a good squad. This is not a balanced squad. You got Mexico, as I said, you haven't played there since '86, since the Argentinian game. It's playing at altitude as well, which is not easy.
Mm-mm.
What do you want to see? And I'll start with you to the bottom, then Josh, I'll come up to you. I'll do it this way around. Stays for you. What do you want to see? One thing different. What do you want that one thing to be? And you've got the same question.
Tactical. It needs to be more tactical.
Mm.
Like you said, I don't think Mexico are a great team.
Yeah.
Great team, and at home as well. If we don't change tactically, and Tuchel needs to seriously sit down and rethink about the starting 11, because we can't wait until the second half to do something. Especially with Mexico, we need to be on the ball off the bat. So when the whistle goes, we need to be on that ball. So he needs to look at the starting 11, make some changes, and tactical changes as well. And like Jess said, I agree with Jess when it comes to his substitutions. Doesn't wait too late. If me and Jess can see issues, then he should be seeing them issues as well, earlier than he is doing the substitutions. So for me, starting 11 and tactical, that's what he needs to do.
Yeah, Jess, what's your one thing you want to change?
I'd like to see Gordon start doing that, and I'd like to see Madueke dropped, if I'm honest. I can't lie. And a little bit more positive style of football, Dermo.
I do you know what? I did that watch along Monday, and I found it boring a little bit. I did find it. I felt it wasn't tactically right. I mean, Josh. I mean, the girls are right. There has to be changes for Monday.
Yes. Yes.
I watched a bit of that Mexico game. They look well organised. They look up for it. They've played well so far in the World Cup.
Yes.
Look, if you do go out to Mexico, will that be a big embarrassment? And then does Tuchel go then? Does he have to go?
Oh. I wouldn't say it was an embarrassment compared to if we didn't win it against Congo. Because it's at the Azteca. It's a very hostile environment. They've been playing well, but we still should be beating Mexico. For me, but it is. I can see both sides. Because I'm a bit on the fence. Yeah.
So look, I go down to you girls at the bottom as well. Look, you've got Brazil quarterfinals. You may have Argentina semi-finals, and then the French, who I think are the best team in the World Cup so far. I still convinced it can be France-Argentina final. I really do. I think it's going to repeat 4 years ago, and that's where it's going. Who's going to win that final? I don't know. But if England do beat Mexico, and then you go up against not a great Brazil side. I mean, I've watched a lot of the World Cup with you guys, and we saw them play Morocco. They didn't start off well, did they? And I don't think there's been a game in the World Cup for me where Brazil have really stood out and thought, oh, this is the Brazil team of old. This is what Brazilian football's all around. It seems very ordinary, very sort of pedestrian. No, but it isn't for Vinicius Junior. I don't think Brazil would have got the results that they did get. I mean, Jess, for you, would you, if you did win Mexico, do you think then you can beat Brazil? Is that a winnable game for you?
I'm actually more worried about Mexico than I am Brazil, to be honest. I don't think
that's
Brazil
interesting.
I've watched a few games of Brazil's, and I haven't been overly impressed with them. I thought Japan took them all the way up a day, whereas Mexico, they're very good at home. I don't think they've lost a competitive game there for about, I think it's 15, 16 years. The crowd's going to be... If I watched the game other day against Salcedo's team, and the atmosphere there, it was hostile, to say the least. I don't know if England will be able to play under that pressure. So if you're going to ask me which game I'm more worried about, I'd be more worried about playing Mexico than I am Brazil, in my opinion, by the way.
I'm completely agreeing with that.
So on that point then, Stace, would it have been better to finish your runners-up in the group? Because that would have given you a different run-in then to the final, where you wouldn't have to go to Mexico and playing at altitude.
I think we might have played Mexico eventually, so
yeah,
they've been great so far in the tournament. So even if we finished runner up or top of the group stages, we still would have to play them eventually. So let's say if we do beat Mexico, like Jess said, it's hostile. We're going to struggle. Too much pressure on the lads. We'll probably end up crashing and burning. But if we beat Mexico now, we'd have to face them again. So that's like an obstacle out of the way. Brazil, I'm not worried about Brazil, if I'm honest.
Argentina and France? No.
Well, I've picked France to win the tournament. So, but France are good. Do you know what? If it is a France-Argentina final, that is going to be a game.
Yeah.
That is going to be one hell of a game.
Yeah,
But we've
and
seen some
it
covers
is.
so far, though, Dermo.
Yeah,
Already,
it's true.
Germany's gone.
Yeah,
The
Holland's gone.
Netherlands have gone.
Mm.
It's any. I think for now, it could be anybody.
Yeah, it could be. Do you know Spain are playing tonight? I don't think Spain have actually played that well this World Cup. If I'm being honest, I know you want Austria to win. I think we all want Austria to win, but I don't think even Spain have showed that much sort of been good in this World Cup. Who for you's been the biggest surprise? I think for me, Cape Verde's been the biggest surprise of this World Cup. I have to say. But for you guys, where are you at it? Who's been your biggest shock so far? And also in the chat as well. Put in there. Who's been your biggest shock? Josh has walked off. He was going to say England.
No, I'm just trying to keep the door shut because something's going on. So I'm just trying to keep this door shut.
I didn't hear anything, bud.
No, I'm just trying to be cautious.
I think for me, Germany getting knocked out. The one that's actually playing the greatest, but it's weird. Germany have always been in World Cup for me, so it's kind of weird that they haven't got as far as they would normally do. And I'm like, I can't believe they're not in the World Cup. It's weird. It's like Germany in World Cup, no World Cup. It's like, what? They didn't play the greatest. I was still shocked the one they didn't go through. Like, but that's why I love a good underdog. A good underdog is a good thing to watch.
Do you know what? I agree. Yeah.
It's been a few shockers though, I must admit.
Yeah, there has. There really has. I thought Holland going out, their penalties. I've never seen a worse set of penalties from both teams in all my life. What we got is what you got, Josh. We got Germany, me and Jess are on Cape Verde. Where are you on, buddy?
I would have to say Paraguay beating Germany. Germany weren't playing the best, but for Paraguay to beat Germany, especially in pens, and Germany to no longer be in the tournament when we're so used to knowing that Germany are in the World Cup, it's a bit of a surprise. And then Congo as well, even though they lost, they did really well against Portugal. They drew, so did really well.
I mean, what does it say, guys, about these big nations like Germany and Holland? I mean, Jess, I'll start with you, and I'll mix it up a bit now. But look, I can always remember from as long as I can that Germany were always there and thereabout in major tournaments. You were always guaranteed to get to a semi-final, or they'll get to a final, or they'll win the damn thing. They may have the crappiest qualification, but then they go on to win it. You look at World Cups between 1982 to 1990 to reach the World Cup final in 3 World Cups in a row. They then got to a quarter final then in 94 and lost to Bulgaria. They won the European Championships more times than I can remember, and also held the European Championships and the World Cup at the same time. And we're hearing Nagelsmann has been asked to step down. You know this man as well as any of us do as your former manager at Liverpool. You know what he can do. Jurgen Klopp, is he the man that can save German football?
You got confused,
You have been lost then.
I thought he was going to say Nagelsmann.
Just like, what?
I didn't know what was
and then when he said Klopp, definitely.
Yeah,
Klopp's the main man, Dermo. And he has got a break contract. So he's with Red Bull at the minute. But in his contract, it does say if the German national team come in for him, they will allow him to go. That's the only choice for me. Nagelsmann goes, he comes in. But am I shocked with Germany? No, because over the last 12 years, Dermo, there's been a decline with Germany, in my opinion. So I don't think they got out of group stages in World Cup in 2022, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm shocked? No. Is it a good squad? A couple of individual players, but there's no world-class players in that squad for me. No. I can't lie, I'm not shocked. I can't lie.
So Jurgen Klopp, what does he bring I mean, he's manager of Liverpool, right? Me, Stacey, and Josh can only look from the outside in of having him as manager. You've lived through him, you've breathed with him as manager, you've went through everything with him, the highs and the lows of Jurgen Klopp. And I saw how much of a terror it was for Liverpool fans to see him go. What does he bring to a team or to a national team? What would he bring to that German side that would be totally different? Would he just scrap everything and start with the youth and work his way up again, do you think?
I don't think he'll start again with youth, Dermo, but I think he'll pick players that Nagelsmann hasn't picked, in my opinion. He won't play him out of position. He brings a lot of wealth, a lot of experience. He's loved already in Germany anyway. And I just think under him it gives Germany a fresh start, a fresh chance to build, and a fresh start to get back to where they were. I think he brings that much to the table, Jurgen Klopp. I can't lie. Yeah, he started slow at Liverpool, but look what he achieved in them 9 years at Liverpool. So for me, it's the best choice. And Nagelsmann couldn't even clean Klopp's boots, in my opinion. I don't rate him at all.
Yeah. Big up, Rodney Martin. Thank you so much. That is very kind. I'm sure the girls will appreciate that as well. And this is what this podcast and this community I built over here. It says we just welcome everyone in. They're into the family. We're welcome them with open arms, and they're all part of one unit. So big up, Rodney. Thank you. Thank you so much. Big up to Lee's Angel as well. Big up. Hope you're doing well. Paige said, always been a fan of Klopp. I always wanted him at Tottenham. There was always a little bit of me. I would love Jurgen Klopp at Tottenham. That would never happen because I don't think he would go to any other Premier League club. I don't think, bar Liverpool. But there is a question, though, I will ask the panel. And it's more Liverpool sort of surrounded, Jess, but I would like to see what the other guys think before I get to you. Me personally, if Liverpool sent the SOS up to Klopp and he wasn't in the job, I think Klopp would come back running to Liverpool. Stacey and Josh, do you think if it didn't work out with Alonso, it didn't work out with yeah, thank you. I'm telling you, man, one of them blonde days. I'm a blonde bimbo today. I don't know why, but I just feel like I am. Do you think, and he wasn't in work, and Liverpool sent out the SOS, would he come back?
See, I don't know, to be honest, because he didn't look well, did he, Jess, at the end of this final season? You could tell it was taking the toll on him. He didn't look. I seriously thought something was seriously wrong with him when I watched that announcement video saying that he was stepping down as manager.
You weren't the only one. We said it on here. We thought he was unwell or something was up. You're right on that.
I don't think he would come back to Liverpool for the pressure side of things, I believe. But maybe he would if it was like Liverpool were on their knees begging, please come back, we're in dire straits. Trust me, if Klopp came back to Liverpool, I'd be pleased as punch because I love Klopp. I think Klopp's a fantastic manager. And I've watched Liverpool and being entertained when he's played. And I'm Leeds, and I cried along with Jess.
Leeds and Arsenal, don't forget that.
Arsenal, mainly Leeds, though. Come on, I cried.
And Barca, West Brom,
I cried
Wrexham,
along with Jess at Klopp's final game.
Is it East Midlands team? Is it Josh? Is it
West
every
Brom.
West Brom? Do you know?
Wrexham.
Wrexham.
Wrexham. I bet you like Wrexham. Right, Reynolds. You know. Moving on.
Why does Barnet come into my head? Barnet? Oh, we can knock Barnet in there as well. Barca, yeah. Josh. No, saying, look, would he come back, do you think, if Liverpool got on their hands and knees to him? Would you like to see him back in the Premier League? I would, because I thought he brought an awful lot to the Premier League, Klopp. He was a bit of a moaning son of a gun, but I did like him.
I think, like, comedy-wise, and how good a manager he is, But I don't see it unless they're, same like Stacey, I don't see it unless they're like really begging. But he wouldn't join any other team, though. A Premier League team, he said that before. But
he said he won't. I think he said he'll never manage another English team.
Yeah, but I personally don't think he would.
Can you see it, Jess? A bit like Kenny Dalglish coming back in when they really needed him years after he managed the football club. If the SOS come up, do you think he would come back? That's the only club he would. I do agree. Someone said that his club management is over. I do agree with that. But is that the only club he would come back for?
Yes. I do believe that if the SOS come out and they did want him, put it this way, the only club he ever managed to get in the Premier League if he did decide to come back.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah, let me know in the chat what you think, guys. Big up to Wayne. He says, on hands and knees, I didn't think Klopp swung that way. Well, neither did I, but we learn something new every day. Cardiff versus Wrexham. Jess is all over this. I don't know who she's supporting, but she's all over this. First game of the season, can't wait. There you go. Which one are you going for? Yeah, who are you going for, Cardiff or Wrexham?
I'm not a big fan of Wrexham.
Cardiff.
Stacey,
I'll be the only one going for Wrexham.
Cardiff's just a piss Stacey off.
No, I'm going to have to go with Wrexham. It has to be two versus two. There you go. Barca and Barnet about the same. Yeah, they are about the same level, I would say, about 1,000 leagues apart. King Kane, Jesus of Nazareth. Don't get me started on the wee donkey and Jesus. Don't. Dermo story time will be coming to a channel near you. Klopp and Germany is a perfect job. Klopp clearly don't want to do day-to-day business of being a club manager anymore. International football suits him perfectly right now. Get him into the Ireland job. We need.
He won't stoop that low. He wouldn't stoop that low.
Yeah, we'll get rid of him for a while.
Just being honest, he wouldn't stoop that low.
Yeah, as one man says in Eternia, I have the power. Anyway, we will eat some chili to beat Mexico. Yes. Now, what else was I going to talk about? Yes, 48 team. Now, there was a lot of talk about it for the World Cup. I think it works, by the way. I think this World Cup format works. Look, I haven't done all the watch-alongs. Jess, you've done every single game. Have you found it a little bit... Have you double-checked yourself which round you're in? Is it around 16? Because it was always group, round 16, quarterfinal, semi-finals, final. Have you found it a bit long, or are you enjoying the new format?
No, I've enjoyed it, though. I've enjoyed the new format. I've enjoyed seeing smaller teams that wouldn't have been there if not. I've really enjoyed it. I've enjoyed the World Cup. I actually enjoyed the time difference, I'm not going to lie, and the delays sometimes to games. But other than that, it's been a nice break away from club football. I've really, really enjoyed it. I can't lie.
I can't disagree.
It's just me. We're all different.
No, I can't disagree. We're experiencing other national teams we wouldn't normally see on our TV. You know, it's very nice to see lower teams. I don't mean low, but obviously compared to England and well-known and Germany, it's nice to see other teams take part in such a massive tournament as the World Cup, because it gives eyes on other teams that maybe people don't know. Oh, man, that's what's going in.
I mean, where are you on it, Josh? Are you enjoying it?
I actually like it. I like because they expanded it, and there's teams that wouldn't usually get the opportunity to make it in. Like the stories that have been created and stuff like that in this World Cup, like Paraguay beating Germany. Like Paraguay wouldn't probably get into this World Cup if it wasn't expanded, or like the individual moments, like the Cape Verde keeper. Like I've really enjoyed this tournament. I wouldn't say specifically about England, but just other games and like the moments. I've really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I have to say I have as well, actually. And Stace, look, it's different from every World Cup. Do you go on to the concept? I know Simon Jordan said it on TalkSport, and I think a few other people have said it as well on there, that the World Cup could get bigger. Do you think this is as big as it needs to get?
Well, yes and no. Because I think we had the discussion the other day, didn't we, Jess, about if they're going to consider any more teams, it's either going to have to make the World Cup longer, or have multiple games playing on one day.
Yeah.
It's hard
I
to
get
say
it.
at the moment because obviously the time difference, like just said, the time difference for us personally, like 1 o'clock in the morning games, if there's a thunderstorm in America, it's getting delayed by an hour and a half. So it would have to be, if they were going to add more than 48 teams, it'd have to be serious thinking about how they're going to make it work. Sorry, excuse me. Because obviously the World Cup's always in that gap. Well, in the Premier League, in English football anyway, it's always in that gap when there's no football. Like the Premier League, the Championship, and all that are finished.
Yeah.
And we've got that gap. If we're going to make it work, they'd have to, like I said, cram a lot of games in on one day, or figure out where in the football calendar where there's that bigger time frame to be able to make it work.
And
So
that brings
I am enjoying the 48 team one, but I think going past 48 may cause some issues.
That brings me on then just to the fixturing of international football and the Nations League and everything else that runs into it. Is there too much on these players now internationally? You think from January to December how much football these guys are playing? Now, if you just look at the Nations League, how much they've shortened these qualifying sort of segments now for the World Cup or European Championships. It's very put into a short space. It changes this year again, doesn't it? What changes this year? Isn't it a 3-week international period in September and October, isn't it? Is that the new format now?
Yeah.
So
too much mid-term, all these competitions. I don't think World Cup, Nations League, international friendlies, World Cup, Euros. It's just too much, isn't it?
Yeah. So what needs to go? If you were in charge of
What about
UEFA,
Nations League to start with, Dermo?
Yes.
No. What
It's
is
just
that? Is that
it's
just
just glorified
friendlies?
friendlies. It's just
Yeah,
glorified
exactly.
friendlies. It's like a friendlies, but a purpose that you could go through and win a final. There's no reason to have it. It's just friendlies. Just take that out and just have normal friendlies. And then you put less pressure on these players. Because if you have World Cup, Euros, Nations League, and additional normal friendlies, and then all their domestic things, these players play like 60 games a season. It's not good in the health, and you can see players starting to pick up injuries in these, especially friendlies that mean nothing. It's putting too much on the body.
Yeah, I mean, Jess, would you? I mean, you look at these players and they do play an awful lot of football. You look at the top players like a Harry Kane or a Bellingham, and then they've got to travel from Germany to England to wherever they're going. You look at the traveling they're doing in America at the moment. England are based in Kansas. I'm surprised I haven't asked Clark Kent to help with getting them around a little bit, considering he could fly and do it a bit quicker. But do you think, and that's one mistake also, just going back slightly to Tuchel, but again, it's international, that you can't have these competitions in such big countries with such big time zone? Because isn't it 3 different time zones in America?
4.
4. So is that also playing into player welfare? That has to be taken into consideration as well.
Yeah, I agree.
So do you think then, the question for you then, do you think that player welfare is just not thought of anymore? It's just...
because what comes more is more Nations League, more friendlies, more money.
Yeah.
It's just the welfare of the players today takes a backseat, doesn't it, Dermo? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
What does he mean by that?
I don't know what he means by that. What do you mean by that?
What do you mean by
well, we're not good, but these two are.
That's my thought. I think it is because we're female.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I didn't want to jump to conclusions.
I what like these two, but there's no other context for him to take.
See you later. Bye-bye. Nice seeing you.
Hang on a minute. Is it because these are in the wrong... Is it because these are in the wrong place?
Dealt with. He's gone. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Mr. 90. Hope you enjoyed your time in the channel. It was short and sweet. You won't be missed. Right, moving on. So, what was... moving on. Right, Premier
Moving
League.
swiftly on.
Let's talk about Premier League, shall we? Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Tottenham doing great business. But no, seriously, the Premier League is roundabout coming back again next month. Players come back from pre-season the end of this month, and then by next month, Premier League's up and running. Look, for what you've seen so far, who is your team? Do you think Tottenham? I will start with Tottenham, then I brought it out to Leeds and Liverpool and Man United. So we'll get to your clubs as well. But have you been shocked at the business Tottenham has done? And it was something Simon Jordan said today, and I wanted to bring it up in the podcast, that he thinks that the ownership are a rudderless lot, that they don't know what they're doing. They're only doing this to appease the fans, that there's nobody with football sense in the football club knows what they're doing. Look, you're 3 fans from the outside looking in. I think he does have a point, if I'm being honest. I don't think there is any football people there. I think you can spend money, but you can do it sensibly as well. We all know this squad needed an overhaul, but I think we have overpaid for Fernandes. I think we've overpaid for Tonali as well, but it is a buying market. So Jess, with you, when you look at Tottenham and what they're doing, can you understand Simon Jordan's comments of they're doing it, but there's nobody there to rein them in? So a bit like a Daniel Levy or a sensible chairman that would say, do you know what? We will spend this money. We're going to spend it on wages, but we have to be a bit careful. Or do you think fair play to them, it's about time they've done it, from your point of view?
I'm going to give my opinion. Please, nobody come for me for my opinion.
I really don't want to comment, but I'm going to have to.
But what I will say, is
I didn't. Oh, sorry.
Tottenham for the last 2.5 seasons on my channel, right? Like Tottenham, got a lot of love for Tottenham. Want to see them do well. I'll just get that one out there as well. I actually think it's a long time coming for Spurs. It's been needed in the last 2 seasons. You've scraped relegation in the last 2 seasons. The Europa League sort of papered over the cracks. Has it been a long time coming? Yes. Is it about time it needed doing? 100% it needed doing. Have you overpaid for players? Yes, but that's a buyer's market. It is what it is. Players are at a premium nowadays. It's not just Tonali and it's not just Fernandes. You look at Anderson, you look at what Liverpool played for Isaac last season. There's a premium for players nowadays. It's a buyer's market, unfortunately. Are they worth that sort of money, in my opinion? No. But if Spurs are willing to go out and put that money out there and they can afford to do it, then who is anybody else to judge? It's about time. Last year, in my opinion, it went too close to the wind with Spurs getting relegated, and I think it's given them the kick up the arse that they've needed. Maybe they have done it to appease the fans, but this is what your fans have been protesting and calling out for the last 2 seasons. So in that respect, they've listened to the fans, haven't they, and done what you've all wanted them to do, is back the manager and back the team. And I'll leave it at that because I don't want anybody to come for me. Because
I just say my point of view is exactly the same as Jess's.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to go into that direct. I just wanted what
you
thought.
You know what it causes sometimes, and I don't want to. All the best of luck for next season. I hope you do fantastically well. I want to see you back in Europe. I have satin Spurs shirts on my channel. Nobody can ever question my love for Spurs. I have always backed that team.
Definitely not.
100%.
Definitely not.
You cannot now blame the owners because that ain't there. You've protested because you wanted for them to back your team and your manager. Whether you like Levy, whether you like Enoch, whether you like all that, who gives a flying fuck? They've done what your fans have called for them to do. So now there's no scapegoat anymore. It's been done. They've needed to do it. It's been done. It's going to continue. They'll probably get rid of some. But has it been needed to be done? Yeah. So, for me, you've protested for 2.5 seasons, change for Tottenham and all that. Got to change at Spurs. This season, we've seen that change. Early, done, efficient, and on the ball. And I'll leave my statement at that.
I think spot on. I can't disagree with that.
That is spot on. I can't say any more to that either. No. I mean, you look at Liverpool and Leeds, right? I want to go to your clubs, right? And I think that I would like to do that if that's okay. I didn't mean to go on to the Tottenham thing.
Right. have I said all about Enicking? I don't really give a fuck about that, to be honest with you. The
You
back
could be
team.
spending money. You can't
You,
say,
you can be Enoch out, that's fine. But
fine.
you've got nothing else to blame the owners for now because they've gone out and backed your team.
You want
Why
your
do we
players in,
leave all
now
this
you're getting
Enoch
players
in,
in.
Enoch out rubbish and let's just see how you perform on pitch?
Exactly,
Because they're
thank
not
you.
going anywhere, Ryan.
You've got
Get
the
used
money,
to
you're
it. They're not
spending it.
going. They're staying at Spurs. So
I agree with what
you have
Jess
to
was
get
saying
used
about.
to what they're doing.
Sorry.
But have they backed your team this season? Yeah. Are
Thank
you
you.
allowed to like your owners or dislike your owners?
No.
Yes. But have
You
they
can
backed
dislike
your
it, like
team?
it.
No, it's your opinion. It's your opinion.
Your
If you-
opinion.
if-
But like Jess has
Your
You
said
don't
opinion.
like
before, right?
them, that's
You-
fine. But you can't go out and moan that they haven't backed them this season, Ryan.
Exactly.
They have.
They
They
haven't
have.
done what they said they're going to
They
do.
have.
They haven't done
Five
this,
years.
they haven't done that.
They
They've
have.
done it.
It's
You
been
can-
all over
you can
social
dislike
media,
your
Jess.
owners. I don't particularly like Liverpool's owners. And Leeds, I think they're tight.
Yes.
I don't
It
know.
doesn't mean that you can't put your team on pitch because they've backed your manager and they've backed your team, what you've all been moaning about for years. You're allowed to be in
So-
your car, that's fine.
Fine.
But this season, don't you think it'd be nice to be a bit positive and actually say, do you know what, Enoch 2.0? They've gone out and done what we've moaned for them to do. Why don't we go to
I-
this season?
Demo.
Sorry.
I'm
Let's
sat
go
here,
Can I
right?
say something, Demo?
Yeah, of course you can. Go on.
Okay.
Just as spot on, you've protested for 2 seasons that your owners aren't spending the money, the owners aren't bringing the players in, and when the players aren't doing well, you've gone for the players, you've gone for the managers. Now your club is actually spending the money. Do I believe you've overpaid? Yes, I do believe you've overpaid. But like Jess said, that's the player market. You're getting players through the door that you need. Quite frankly, you've got a manager that is going to kick ass. From when De Zerbi came in, I was impressed. And I said, and I got laughed at for saying this, I believe under De Zerbi, this is before you brought these new players in, you'd get top 6. I was
Yeah,
laughed
you do.
at. Now look at what you're getting in. You've got
Yeah.
players coming in of good quality, despite whether you believe it or not, the price is too much. Good quality players. You're getting rid of some players. Some fans are never going to be happy no matter what. You can spend millions and millions and millions, have a new owner, new manager. Some people out there will still complain. Top 6, and I'm going to stand by this. Top 6, I said this before you brought the new players in. You will not be in the same position you are for the past 2 seasons. You've scraped the past 2 seasons. Like Jess said, winning in Europa, it covered the cracks. You've had a few managers. Yeah, I get that. De Zerbi's coming. I saw an improvement after a few games. They're doing exactly what you've asked for. They're backing the manager. They're getting players in that you need. You can still be Enoch out and still think, you know what? Maybe I don't like who owns the club, but I can still back the players because the manager is doing what he said he was going to do. He is sorting out your team so you do not have to go through that freaking heartbreak, that stress, elevated heart rate, and the last day of the season because you don't know if you're going to get relegated or not.
I never want to go through that again. Never. In
Me
my
and Jess have been
lifetime.
there many times with Leeds United, Demo. We
I
understand
have-
that.
Yeah, I have respect for you two being there. And I really do have respect for you because I know what it's like. And we know what it's going in there. I just want to say, look,
I'll say my piece now.
I'm sitting here buzzing. I'm sitting here absolutely buzzing because at last I'm getting players in who I want to see at the football club. De Zerbi, I love him. But I can't wait for the season. Can the season start tomorrow? Please make it start tomorrow because we're going to win the league. We are. We're going to win the league. 25-1 to win the league, by the way. That is worth the tenner. That is worth the tenner.
I won't go that far just yet, though. Don't put too much pressure on the new. For me, when we got promoted back to the Premier League, and Jess will back us up on this one, people were saying we're going to win the league. We're going to go to Europe this season. I'm like, don't put that kind of pressure on a club that's just come back up. Or don't put pressure on a club that you fought for 2 seasons in that relegation battle. Mid-table, like I said, top 6. Like I said before, don't put too much pressure on your players saying you should be up there, you should be in that top league, you should be in Europe. Too much pressure on the club if you ask me.
Well, I'm always known to be delusional on it. I built this channel on delusional, and I'm going back to my delusional ways. So I am going back. Jess, let's talk about Liverpool. Very quiet so far in the window. Isaac got some minutes in the World Cup, which is good for you guys. I think for him as well. Yeah. Yes, madam, down the bottom
Josh
left.
is going to be happy.
But
Nana's gone back to Trabzonspor for another season-long loan.
I've already seen that.
Just come from my phone. Are you buzzing about that?
Wait, who posted it? Was it
Ben Jacobs. Ben Jacobs.
That got posted by Fabrizio a long time ago.
He's going to just come up for me. Honestly.
I was sitting and waiting, just waiting for you to announce I'm
just gonna sit and be quiet.
We're close to agreement for a player. Are you saying about Onana?
Look, you're doing better than look. At least you got your feelers out for people's. We've only seen 2 rumours for Leeds United. Leave me alone.
Oh, you got a load last night. I don't want you. You got a few rumours last night sent to you.
Yes, rumours though. 2.
I know.
Came
You
out
want to
weeks
get
ago, babe.
Jess, Liverpool. What's your hopes for the remainder of this window? Where do you need to do better? Who needs to leave, and where do you think you need to get better players in? And do you think your manager will be backed this summer?
Yeah, I think he'll be backed. I think most of Liverpool's outgoings is done, to be honest with you, Dermo. We've let a lot of high-profile players go on free transfers, so we need a replacement for Salah. I'm glad we haven't actually gone in for Diamande because that is absolutely stupid amounts of money for a 19-year-old lad.
Yeah.
I'd rather take Barcola, if I'm honest. I think 1 or 2 tweaks, a centre-back, a winger, maybe a striker just to help out Isaac because of obviously Ekitike being out till Christmas. But I think, yeah. All right, I wish Ariola well. He'll bring that nice flowing football back to Liverpool and it's a good season to look forward to for Leeds and Liverpool this season. I can't wait.
Is that the one thing that missed you guys last season? I always said it. You won the league with the Klopp side slot did.
Yeah, but but you say that, but then why didn't Klopp win it with his side then? We won it.
Exactly. Okay, that's fair.
The team were bloody rubbish that season.
Yeah.
Liverpool won it at a counter.
If people do say that, is that a bit unfair on Slot then? Is that a bit unfair in him?
I think, look, to come in for his first season and win it, Dermo, he did well. But second season, he was found out, simple as. And that's why Liverpool sacked him. Liverpool aren't known to really sack the managers. And normally, 9 times out of 10, back them, to be honest with you. But they know that side of football is not what the Liverpool fans want to watch and pay money for. So they had to do what they needed to do. Ariola's done a fantastic job at Bournemouth. And, hopefully he can continue that at Liverpool. We'll see.
Yeah. And also with Salah leaving, a big name leaving the football club, a massive presence in your team as well. How does that get filled? And you lost Robbo as well. You lost 2 greats of that club in recent years. How do you replace that at Liverpool moving forward?
Well, you can't replace Andy Robertson, can you, Dermo? You can't expect, bring in what he brought to Liverpool, but he'd been there, 8 years, I think, at Liverpool, and I think he wasn't playing last season. Kirkeres, but obviously they've obviously got Tomiskas as backup, so that won't be an issue for Liverpool. That you can't replace them sort of players. They're irreplaceable. The Canadian, for me, we can replace him. And we've brought some. Jacquet looks really good. Who we've brought in from France, so I can't really moan at that. I wanted Canada to go anywhere. I don't rate him. He hadn't even started for France in World Cup, so that just shows you, doesn't it? Salah and Robertson, in my opinion, are irreplaceable, but we have to move now. I think there's only 1 player left. 2 players left from when we first won the league, and that were Virgil van Dijk and Alisson. So things change. Spurs have got a decent player in Robertson. He'll bring a wealth of experience.
I can't wait. I'm excited by that, Jess. I'm ready. And look, it's going to be interesting as the season goes on when we do these podcasts and there is in the middle of the season, how things might start, how things will change. So that's Tottenham and Liverpool dealt with. Let's go down to Yorkshire. Let's go to Leeds, the War of the Roses. She's sitting there quite happily in there.
What about Arsenal as well, Dermo?
I know, yeah. Well, Nick,
please.
Faith will be taking your Arsenal side, so we're gonna leave Arsenal to the end because I do want to go and talk about your arch rivals, the other ones across Manchester, because we know there's a bit of a rivalry between Man United and Leeds, which might get a bit spicy when that game comes up. Leeds have always been. I've always had a bit of a soft spot for Leeds, I must admit. Growing up, even through my younger years, and in the year you last won the first division, under Harry Wilkinson, when you had Gordon Strachan, and then you had the team under David O'Leary as well. That young side that reached the semi-final of a Champions League. Yes, you've gone through your financial problems. Yes, you've gone through a few dicky owners as well. But I think the one thing that's kept Leeds has been your fans. And I think that's what's kept the heartbeat going. Look, you got Farker in charge. I like Farker. I think he's a good manager. He knows what he brings to a football team. He doesn't take fools lightly, and he does what he wants, and that's it. He called out the board that he wanted to be backed.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Has he been backed? And will he be backed?
We can't, at the moment, we can't really say if he's been backed or not, because 49ers do their business quietly, which is kind of frustrating, but they've always been like that. With Farker, me and Jess have always been Farkering. We've backed Farker from the start, and we've had trouble for it. Farker knows what he wants. He won't take no hoop from anybody. Yep. A prime example of how Farker's done, though, I'll mention Willie Nonto and Jed Spence. When Jed Spence didn't turn up for I think it was for a charity thing at a hospital, Farker sent him packing. Nonto, he was young. He caused a little bit of an issue with Leeds, and Farker made Nonto train away from the team until Nonto came back and apologised. Farker, for me, as me and Jess said, he's always been the man for us from the start. As soon as he started that dotted line at Leeds United, think of it this way: when he started, when he first signed for Leeds, we were going through some debacle with the ownership. We had contract issues with was it release clauses, Jess, for relegation and stuff. And it was a shit show when he signed. In anyone's right mind, would you sign for a club that's going through that kind of issue? No, he did. He took a chance. Yeah. He took a chance, and now look. First season, he got us into playoffs. Second season in charge, he got us back to Premier League. We could have been for the Premier League again for a long time. 16 years it took us the first time round. 2 seasons with under Farker, we were back. 49ers give us, what is it? Did they say 2 years, Jess? 2-year project to get us back to the Premier League? 4-year project to get us back to the Premier League. Did it in 2. They promised that they'd give us the club back. We've got the club back. They're now expanding a well-needed expansion. Now we just need to get some players from the door. Wilson, we wanted last season. I think didn't Fulham pull out at the last minute just because they didn't get
a replacement
for him? And now we've got him on a free transfer. Waiting for the dotted line on that one. I know you sent us a few rumours, but from what we've really seen, it's Suzuki. We've seen apparently we could be quite close to landing Suzuki from Japan. And we watched him in the World Cup and we were impressed. And obviously Wilson. But me and Jess are like, we're going to wait until we see that player in holding up that shirt because we've been stung before. Yeah. They said, oh yeah, we've got this player in. And I think it was Bournemouth swooped in and stole him. Yeah. So me and Jess hold on the fort and like, we can be like, oh yay, but you will not see us go, welcome to the club, until we see him holding that lovely white shirt saying welcome to Leeds United by the club of themselves. We've been too stunned before to celebrate a play coming in.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I mean, look, I like football history, and I go back not just from Tottenham, but all clubs' history. And you look at Leeds in the 70s with your Don Revis and your Jack Charltons and, you know, all them players in the great team 70s, also teams under the 90s. But, Jess, you look at the fan base, right, Leeds fan base. You also look at Liverpool and you look at ours. The fans are the heartbeat of football clubs, aren't they? They are the heart and soul of the football club. Yeah. How important have the Leeds fans been to Farker last season in your Premier League return? And how much do you think the expectations of them Leeds fans are going to be a bit higher next year? Or do you think they're level-headed fans, like they would only say, no, stay in the Premier League again, we're happy with that? Where are you two on that?
Demo, our fans are very level-headed. We just want to stay in Premier League, you know, and if we can progress a bit and get a bit higher than 14th this season, it's a bonus. But these first 3 seasons are just all about staying in the Premier
Staying
League.
up.
Yeah. And I do know what, as I said, I got a soft spot for Leeds. I'm hoping to get to my first Leeds game next season. I'm looking forward to that. Being there as an away fan, but I've never sat in the home fans. So I'll have to behave myself and buy a Leeds shirt and go sing the Leeds song, whatever that is. You're going to have to teach me what it is, because I ain't going to remember. Now, let's cross over the Pennines to a little club called Man United. A famous club that has one of the 7 wonders of the world in it, a fountain. I mean, no other football club has that. I mean, Josh, you must be utterly delighted to have a waterfall in your stadium. We found out yesterday that you have rats as well that wear little Man City shirts. We have got a cat on its way to help you with that problem.
I've got one.
You are buying the circus tent.
I can bring them down.
Yeah, we are buying the circus tent. You are moving into that. The big top. Look, joking aside, seriously, I'm sure the girls will back me up on this. I would hate to see Old Trafford go. It would break my heart to see that stadium go. Look, we know you're not going to change their minds, but as United fans, I mean, seeing how they protest, I was asking this column yesterday. You were watching the show yesterday, so you know where I'm going with this. What do you want to see the Man United protesters do about this move out of Old Trafford? Because I think all you have to do, and I agree with Colin, is rebuild Old Trafford and rebuild it and fix it. It's going to be cheaper than buying a new stadium. What's your thoughts on that, on the whole Old Trafford Circus Tent waterfall bit?
Old Trafford's home. Literally, so many memories that we've done in there. All I've known really was it's a United fan. I've not gone. I don't go game to game. I've not been in that stadium a lot for games, but that's all I've known. And then we're moving to a different location. It's just silly. It's just why couldn't we just rebuild it instead of moving to another stadium that's like a circus tent, which should probably going to be filled mostly by tourists, because most United fans aren't going to get used to the move to a separate, different area in Manchester. And then it's just going to be weird. It's going to be like strange to get used to. It's not going to get built for a couple of years because it's going to take a long time, but it's going to take a lot of time to get used to, because I've personally have not known any other stadium other than Old Trafford. Yeah. So
I mean, look, I love Old Trafford, right? I've been there many a time as a Spurs fan. I love the atmosphere. I'm sure the girls, you've been there. I don't know if you have been to Old Trafford, but you've seen it on television. It's always been the home, hasn't it? It was the biggest stadium when I was a youngster in the whole of the UK, holding 60-something thousand. I mean, if that was Anfield or Ellen Road, I mean, we had our ground we built, White Hart Lane, and I miss White Hart Lane terribly. I wish we didn't build a new stadium. I'd rather have White Hart Lane and a decent side than the new stadium and the shite we've been watching. When you've seen these old stadiums go, how much does it upset you? Or how much, and please in the chat get involved as well, how much does it upset you to see these old stadiums go? Because they should be protected, aren't they? There should be some sort of government that these stadiums cannot go. What's your thoughts on that, Jess? I think Stace just popped off. So what's your thoughts on that?
Thoughts on what? Sorry, Dan. Sorry, I'm miles away.
I'm back.
Thing is, when you go White Hart Lane, does that reciprocate what's at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium now? That kind of atmosphere?
Yeah, it's not the same.
That's what I'm saying. So I know you've got a lovely stadium, best best stadium in
Yeah,
Premier League. in
it's
my
not.
opinion.
It's not
That
home.
is not like it used to be at White Hart Lane. Just as Liverpool's sort of redeveloped Anfield, we've never come away from Anfield. You couldn't reciprocate what goes on in Anfield. Same as
Yeah.
Ellen Road. And I do believe with Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, you don't reciprocate what you get or what you used to get at White Hart Lane.
No.
Maybe it would have been better to redevelop White Hart Lane because it takes a little bit away from it, doesn't it? In my opinion.
I've been to White Hart Lane. I've been to New Stadium. It's not home. I don't feel it's home. I'm supporting my team there. I mean, Josh probably get this, right? I'm supporting my team there. Or maybe Jarula might get it, or Dan might get it. I'm supporting my team there, but is it home? No. Everyone's been moved away from each other. The shelf's gone. The atmosphere. You walk into Ellen Road, right? You can look onto that pitch, right? Or Anfield, or Old Trafford. You can look onto that pitch and you can sit there and reminisce about years gone by. Because you know players have played on that pitch. It may not be the same bit of grass, but it's the same stadium. So the likes Josh could go to Old Trafford and sit there, and the likes he can remember Georgie Best or Bobby Charlton, Brian Robson, players like that ilk playing there. You go to Leeds, you got Jack Charlton, then you got Gordon Strachan and players of that era playing there. You go to Liverpool, Johnny Barnes, Ian Rush, Kenny Dalglish, Kevin Keegan, players like that have played there. And I just feel I was heartbroken when Tottenham knocked down White Hart Lane, and I still don't like it. With you, Jess, with you, Stacey, with me and Jack, do you agree with me and Jess that these old stadiums have to be kept one way or the other? Even if they do move, there's got to be some sort of protection on them.
I agree.
They can't. You can redevelop them, but you can't knock them down.
Thing is, right, Dermo, I'm going back maybe 30 years. Where I'm living now, I used to live here back when I was younger.
Yeah.
And there was talks of moving Leeds United to where, which is here now, an industrial estate, because when I was young, it wasn't. It was all just massive farmland. It was like just fields galore. And Leeds United fans just flat out refused the move. They wanted to move from Ellen Road up to where I live in Alice 15. There was a massive uproar. Like I said, I was only young. So I'm going back 30 years, maybe a little bit less. That's why it's always been stayed there, because we've been in a massive uproar about moving the club. So now instead of moving the club to a new place, we're expanding it using what's around the grounds. I think we're doing like, we're expanding the stadium. Are we also putting business parks there, Jess? Or is it housing now at the Ellen Road? Because beside Ellen Road, there is a lot that's not really used to the side of it. Behind it, it's a car park. And the side of Ellen Road, it's been empty for as long as I can remember at the side. So instead of uprooting the stadium to somewhere where we can get a big capacity, they're expanding the stadium in its current spot and using the land around Ellen Road to generate more income for Ellen Road. Why couldn't you do that at Old Trafford? It's like, as much as there is a rivalry between Leeds and Man United, Old Trafford is an iconic stadium.
Yeah, it is.
No word about it. Man United, you go Old Trafford. Why move it? Why move? You will lose. I've never experienced losing that kind of atmosphere because I've always been at Weller Road and that's it.
We've lost our identity. We have literally lost our identity, who we are.
Is that what's going to happen at Man United when they move their stadium?
It's definitely. I have a feeling it will.
So why not?
It's all going to be filled with tourists. It's all going to be filled with tourists.
What's stopping them redeveloping Old Trafford?
I have honestly no idea. Maybe
I'll have to look at that, but I don't understand what's stopping them just from saying, you know what, we don't need, and and I've said this to Josh, their new stadium looks like a tent with nipples. Circus tent with nipples. That's what it reminds. I know it sounds weird, but that's what it reminds me of. And didn't you say it's supposed to look like Trident? Did you say, Josh?
Yeah.
Which I don't see.
I know. I don't know. I've barely seen our stadium. I don't want to look at another stadium other than Old Trafford.
It's like uprooting your heart of your team to somewhere else.
It's another location which is difficult to get to as well.
How far is it away, Josh? Is it that new
It's-
plot of land that United bought? Is it there? The
I think
building?
it is. I think it is. The
Yeah.
new
And how
part.
far away is that from the current stadium?
I don't know. After where was it? I found it was on Google or something like that.
There is one problem to this about Old Trafford, right? It is government backed, and that is where the bigger
So they
issue
can't
is.
change it.
This is
It's
government.
already been backed by. Yeah.
So what is actual plans for the Old Trafford after you move out?
I don't know. I think it. From what I remember, when there were originally talks of building a new stadium, there were originally talks of downscaling it and have it for the youth teams and the women's teams. But I haven't heard anything since then about what they're doing. I think they're going to do the same.
Doing Everton then?
Yeah,
I think
Giving
so.
it to the ladies.
I think so, and the academy because they have to play at Leeds Sports Village, which is not even in Manchester. It's in like Sale, so it's so far away. So it might be, but I don't. I'm trying to.
Yeah.
Where was it?
See, the
big
thing
up
is,
to
Ellen
Ryan.
Road's got prison cells underneath Ellen Road. The football stadium's got prison cells underneath it.
Yeah, I wonder why they have them there.
Jess is chuckling there. Jess knows
Yeah.
what I'm talking about, but there is actual
oh.
prison cells under Ellen Road.
There will be a podcast. We will get into that. Why there is present cells.
I can see
on
Jess
the
chuckling
Ellen
here.
Road, and why they're there. Yes, that
You
will
knew
be a
it, Jess.
special podcast. I can see Jess.
Yeah.
I can see Jess chuckling.
Yeah.
Sniggering.
I know why she's chuckling.
She's doing this. She's doing this under the camera. She's rubbing her hands like this
No,
under the camera.
There is. So this is the thing. Also, another thing. If there is train tracks under Old Trafford, shouldn't it be an historical building and be protected?
So I've just searched up then. I've just searched up now, and the distance. This is by car. It's 4 miles, so 11-minute walk. So it's still quite a bit away. To be fair, still
Do you know
11-minute
what,
walk.
Josh? I feel for you. And like you saw how passionate Colin was about it yesterday, and you were in the chat, that it is your home. That is it. And how would you feel about your live soon. Sorry. These podcasts always go longer than I don't know, it's because we just enjoy talking football and they're just really enjoyable. And time goes back so quickly. Just very quickly on this. This is conversation we'll carry on in the next podcast next week because there's more to go into this and I want to get more in depth in this conversation because if you look at the full clubs we support and Arsenal moved as well from Highbury to the Emirates. I worked in the Emirates for 4 years of my life. I'm still trying to shower and get the Arsenal, the Arsenal jingle out. I mean, I still can't. Sorry, Nick. I mean, you two are the only fans, I think, that will never have to fear of your club moving from your Pacific grounds.
Mm-hmm.
We've moved, but we've built on White Hart Lane. Josh is moving. Nick's moved with Arsenal. I want to talk about it more next week, and I think we will. But very quickly, Jess, if this was Anfield, how upset would you be if the Liverpool said, right, we're moving from Anfield and we're moving somewhere near the docks in Liverpool?
Well, they won't because Everton Stadium's it. They tried it in the Dome. They were going to go to Stanley Park, and it just never.
Yeah.
The fans didn't want to move, so they bought the majority of land round Anfield and have redeveloped it, and it's a good thing in my opinion.
Yeah,
Anfield's
I can
always
actually say
home.
that about
Like
the
Ellen
Anfield.
Road's always home. It's home.
Mm-hmm.
Home is where the heart is, as I say.
Atmosphere. Even though we're trying to match it to the first time being at Liverpool ground, the atmosphere there is immense. It's really good atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
A bit high. It's a bit high, but the atmosphere was fantastic.
Just one quick question before we end off, Josh, on Manchester United's transfer plans. How do you see your summer rolling out?
I think it's going to be very busy. I thought it was going to be busy this early in the season, but I don't. I think the World Cup's. skewing us over with a bit, but I think there's going to be, especially after the World Cup finishes, I think there's going to be a lot of movement after then. Until I think it's going to be late, but I think there's going to be a lot of movement. It's just, I think they're just the club are just worrying about being smart with money and stuff like that. I've seen by other moves that happened that we pulled out of. So it's quite slow in my opinion this early, because I thought we were going to do a lot more business this early, but I do expect a lot of business to be done later in the window, especially after World Cup finishes.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's when it will really kick off. Well, guys, that is it. That is the end of the Fan Perspective podcast, episode number 4. Listen, guys, if you are enjoying it, do give it a like on all your podcasts, on the Spotify, Amazon podcasts, wherever. Do give a like and a subscribe on the channel. Do the same for Jess's as well. Her link is in the description below. And she's also in, and she doesn't know this, somehow, when I upgrade now and I do my descriptions on AI, it puts it in my description as well. So it's hashtag JSY Talks Football. It's in all my little shows. So you're always there. So all you can do is press in that hashtag, and that would take you straight to Double Trouble over in there.
Oh, she's back.
No, she hasn't frozen. Just a little bit. I know she's gone. Oh.
Yeah, she's on issues.
Into that,
just a bit of Tottenham news. Palhinha will not stay at Spurs this summer, and there's also just come out for Fabrizio as well. Drula, you did beat Fabrizio by about 20 minutes, but I missed it, so that's why I asked you to put it in again. So you have beaten Fabrizio. So you're now not known as Drula anymore. You're known as Fabrizio Drula. There you go, Drulio.
We call it Drula Romano.
Drula Romano.
Drula Romano. Palhinha will not stay at Spurs this summer, despite his desire to continue at the club. Decisions may have Tonali and Fernandes signings. Woo! Good. That's what I'm slightly sad, but look, it is what it is. Listen, guys, I am back at 10 with James for more Tottenham update news, where me and James are going to talk about the last 48 hours at Spurs. Boy, it's been mad. The girls are now on the triple watch along. They're doing one at 8 o'clock. They're doing one at 10 o'clock and one at midnight. Is that right?
No, one at 8 o'clock, one at midnight.
No,
one at 8, one at
2. Yeah.
See?
Doing
one at
Spain
8 and
and Austria, and then doing a late one because I requested a late one because I could do a late one tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Portugal, Croatia. Portugal, Croatia, midnight.
Yeah. Let's hope Ronaldo's back on the plane home. Do you want to plug anything before we go? Do you two want to plug anything? Do you want to plug your Twitch channel? Plug your Twitch channel.
Nope.
You can find Jess on Twitch on the Mum Overlord. So do
you find me on, not Jess, me.
Yeah, Stacey. I'm having a mare today. I'm having the right mare.
I won't plug Naval Jess. You know we won't.
Yeah. Josh, do you want to plug anything, bud?
I've got one. Bites with James.
Yeah.
James is,
Bites with James
channel. Yes, that's
right. What is Bite with James about? Just describe it quickly for people that don't know what it's about.
It's just food reviews and junk foods that he started recently. So he's doing some good work over there. So subscribe for me.
So there you go. If you can find the link, guys, do put it into the chat. I will put it in the description below. And guys, whatever you do, thank you. Join us on this latest episode number 4 of this podcast. I'm really enjoying it. It's great fun. I'm enjoying the crack. I'm enjoying the talk as well. We're back next week. We are going to continue the stadium talk about Old Trafford and about stadiums. Should it be kept? Should it not be kept? More about the World Cup. And I'm sure we're going to talk more about Liverpool, Leeds, Arsenal. We're going to talk about Arsenal next week as well. Nick is back. And also more about Man United and Tottenham. I'm sure we're going to shock the world again and break our transfer record 3 times by the time this
beat
channel...
you to it, Drula. Beat you to it. You can beat Ronaldo to it, but you can't beat me to it.
Look, there he is. Do give James a link. He's a great lad as well, a Spurs fan as well. So if you're a Spurs fan, do me a favor, hit a like on his channel and do it. Really, let's get him up. Let's get him to 500.
subscribe. One better than like, subscribe.
Subscribe and let's get him to 500. I'm really having a mare today. I'm not having a great stream. On that bombshell, I shall speak to you later. Come on, you Spurs. In the Zerbi, we trust.